Hi guys, it's Omega, and I had promised to come on and share with you all some of my experimenting with the Anna Griffin dies and folders. So I actually went to Tuesday morning and got some paper in varying weights just to kind of play around, and so I'm going to do this all on camera and experiment, so you'll see the results I get with what I'm using, and I'll explain to you the different weights and what I'm using as I go. Now I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up making a part 2 or even 3 because I want to take you through several things here just to give you an idea of what I come up with when I'm playing around myself. So first of all, I'm going to share with you what I'm using here. So I went to HSN, and the set of folders that I got, I showed you one set, but this set of folders, I did not remember the name, so I had to go back on to find it. And the name is Joyful Expressions, and I even put the number on there for you. The number is 248742. That's the item number on HSN. Now, of course, you know I'm not affiliated in any way, so I'm not getting any perks or you know, anything like that. I'm not endorsing HSN. It's just that they sell the Anna Griffin stuff, and so that's where I buy it. And it was, you know, they have it bundled. So anyway, that's why I'm sharing, just so in case you're interested, that's where I got it. What I'm going to do first is do a few spins of my embossing folders, and I'm using my Cuttlebug. Since I already had my Cuttlebug, they do have some bundles where they're selling the machine with it. I already had a Cuttlebug, so I didn't need the machine. So I just got the bundles without the machine, but the Anna Griffin machine, which is gold where this is green, they have that as well. But so I'm just going to show you a couple folders here, and then I'll just show you the other ones that came in this set. So they're the Joyful Expressions. I'm going to be using my A plate, which is always the base plate here if you're using folders, or the flat dies, or the thin dies rather. I guess wafer dies are called. And then you're going to use the 2B plates. And as you can see, mine are very well used. So I am going to show you a couple of things here. So I'm going to run through an embossing folder. This is one of the folders from that set. This one is called Crowned Medallion, and I know you can't see it very well this way, but this is how I run through if I have a card that's already scored and ready to go. I just lay the one part of my card in there and just put it in the folder to make sure it's evened up. Sorry, let me just get this evened up here. And what I'm going to do is just run it through to get my impression. And now that cardstock is not very heavy. And this is what I'm going to be showing you, is how you can get a good impression with various different cardstocks. So this is, it turned out a very nice deep impression. Beautiful impression. However, with that cardstock being so lightweight, it kind of, I know you can't see it, but I can see it because I'm holding it up to my window light. I can see where it kind of cut through in some areas. It made a gorgeous impression, as you can see. I love that. But what I do, if I am using a particular cardstock that is particularly light, what I'll do is double, and I'm using flat single ones this time, but what you can do is double this, put it through the folder, and run it through And you're going to get an impression that is not cut through. So I'm going to run this one through and show you. It's going to be a little harder to get through. But what you end up with is a nice impression that you can actually simply layer. I'm going to show you how you can, kind of trim that down. And what I would do is use that as a mat to layer on your card. And that way, if you have a lightweight card, you use double the cardstock, you get a nice impression still, and it's not torn all the way through, and actually you get two pieces that you can use. I have done that several times, so I think that works if what you have available is rather lightweight, but you still want to use it. And even with that, since your card is kind of lightweight, it's going to actually make that card a little more hefty. And then what I would do in that case, this is the one that I had done the first time, but what I would do in that case, where I'm actually making this a mat, I would then put something on the inside of the card to make that a little more stiff and, durable also. So that's one way you can do it when you're using a lighter weight. Now this cardstock, I don't know if it's 65 pound, but it's actually not very heavy. It's considered cardstock. It's not very heavy, but it's still usable. So I would say use whatever you have, but that's how I do it when I'm just, trying to get through something that's lightweight. So that was the one called Crowned Medallion. And then these also have the little kind of border, folders. I'm going to run this one through just so you can see what that looks like. Let me cut a piece of paper again. Okay, so I'm going to run through this long border folder. Just put it in there evenly as possible, because that one you can kind of trim if you need to. You're going to sandwich it just like the regular folder. Run it through. And that's the impression this one makes. Now this is the border that goes with this particular folder. Oops, sorry, I had it upside down. I don't know, but this is so pretty, I wouldn't want to cover it up. What I would do with this is you can take these impressions and chalk them or paint them or color them, whatever you want to do, or if you want to leave it plain. And then on the inside, you can do something, on the card rather. On the inside, maybe you can do something, but I wouldn't cover that up. And as you can see, this, sorry, I'm getting mixed up on where my position is here. But as you can see, I would just trim this down closer because the cardstock was just a little wider than it needed to be. But I would trim it down, and I would use it somehow inside the card. Maybe put it inside the card and put my little sentiment over it, something like that. But there's a lot of ways you can use these, but I wouldn't necessarily put it on the outside of the card because that is pretty by itself. And as you can see, it's beautiful either way you use it. You can use it landscape or portrait style, and you've got a gorgeous impression. I'm just always so impressed and so thrilled with Anna Griffith stuff. Anna Griffin, I always call her Griffith. She wouldn't like that I'm changing her name. But that's one of them. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one from a larger. These, they're all so pretty, but I'm going to do this one. I really like this. This, I think, would make a nice background. So I'm going to take, in fact, I'm going to double it like I told you, since I'm using a lighter weight cardstock here. I'm going to double it. This is the 5x7 folder. And I'm just going to put that through. And these are single sheets of paper, not necessarily a card, but a single sheet. I doubled the cardstock. And I love this impression. That is what you get from that folder. I hope you can see that. It is beautiful. This one is called Feather Illusion. Feather Illusion. And it's part of this Joyful Expressions set. So as you can see, when I did it double, this gives you a nice impression, beautiful background. On something like this, you could easily use one of these borders on the outside of the card somehow. And I'm not showing right now how to make a card. I'm just sharing the impressions. At some point I can come back and show how I would put a card together using these folders. And I'll do that another time. But I'm going to go ahead and put this border one through. It has the same design. I used a single sheet that time. Gorgeous. And as you can see with the single sheet, actually with this one, it didn't have a lot of cut through. So that came out really pretty. And you could very easily just lay that over the background and make a beautiful card with that. So that's another of the designs. Now, you know, with storage of my folders, these new folders, I have so many, I don't have space in my little basket I was keeping them in because I've run out of space. I'm going to have to figure out a way to store these. I've actually been looking on YouTube and got some good ideas. And when I figure out what I'm going to do, because I need room to grow, because I think I'm going to be getting more of her folders, so I'm going to need you know that I have extra room to collect whatever, however many I want. But that's that one there. Now, I got to show you this one. This is so gorgeous. So I'm going to do another one real quick. Okay, so I'm going to give this one a try. You will love this design. I'm going to double up on my paper again. I'm using lighter paper, as I said before, just because I wanted to demonstrate. I didn't want to use my best cardstock without knowing exactly what I was going to get. This is the pattern. I don't think you can see it very well, but let me run it through. A plate, 2 B plates with the folder in the middle. I have my card stock doubled. And sometimes it depends on the design as to how tough it's going to be to roll that through. That one was kind of tough. But wait until you see this impression. It's gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, I simply love this one. I doubled it. And of course, when you double it, you're not going to get as deep of an impression, but you get the full effect. You do get the full effect of the impression. I hope you can see that. It is simply gorgeous. So here is the thin one. I'm going to run that through. And I'll do it with a single piece of cardstock, and that way you can get an idea what the deep impression looks like. Always the same sandwich, A, B, folder, and paper, and then the B plate on top. But look at this. Look at this. Ah, that is beautiful. That little border. I would definitely use this side, the embossed side. And then you could trim it down, but you could use that along with that card. Sorry. Gorgeous. This one is called Empire Arch. Empire Arch. That's the name of this folder. Now, I don't know if these particular folders are available separately because I got them in the set. And I'll go through the names of each of them. This one was the Empire Arch. This one is called Cherry Blossom. And let's see if I can put something behind it to let you see it. I think you can see a little bit of what that looks like. That one's Cherry Blossom. I don't really have time to show all of them or actually do them all on camera. This one is called Sierra Scroll. They're all beautiful. Let's see, did I show you all four? Oh yeah, this is the one that I cut first. This one was the crowned medallion, which that's what it looks like. And then there's the little folder. Then this is the one that I sent through, and this one is called Feather Illusion. Gorgeous. This one is called Fluted Damask. Let me take this off so you can see it. Gorgeous. That is beautiful. And then this is the, let me show you that by itself. That is the folder that comes with that one. Fluted Damask is that one. This one is called Regal Braid. Regal Braid. There's the folder. And here is the border folder. Hope you can see that. It's so hard to know how well you can see it. That one, Regal Braid. And then the last one in this set is called, I have no idea how to pronounce this. I knew I was going to run across one I couldn't pronounce. I think it's Chino Seri. I have no idea, guys. Sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that one. But this one has a very Asian, these are, I think the influence is Asian on all of these, but a gorgeous, it even has a bird in the pattern, but a beautiful kind of Asian influence. There's a bird there. Hope you can see that. It's almost like a scene rather than a just a design. It's a scene. And then this is the folder that goes with that one, and it's more like blossoms going up and down that border folder. So this is the set called Joyful Expressions. Like I said, I only cut a few, but you can go online, check it out on HSN. I gave you the information at the very beginning, so check those out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is actually go through and cut some of the dies. So I'll be back with a part 2 to let you see those. Alrighty, I'll be right back.